Michael Gaismair was the son of a mining entrepreneur, which became secretary of the powerful Bishop of Brixen. In 1525 Gaismair came in contact with the ideas of the Anabaptists Felix, Mantz and Jörg Blaurock, who worked in the Eisacktal and Graubünden, and shortly after, in May, he received news of the German Peasants' War in Germany, and the activities in Saxony of the radical preacher Thomas Müntzer, who shared some ideas with the Anabaptists. Shortly, the same Tyrol became a powder keg of popular uprisings, especially in the Eisacktal and Puster Valley. These peasant revolts were captained by a certain Peter Passler and Gaismair. Brixen and Neustift were occupied and looted. The rebels, reinforced by local miners and survivors of the Battle of Frankenhausen, resisted the Habsburg army counterattacks. Gaismair dreamed of founding a democratic republic in the area. He envisaged the abolition of the Catholic Church and its rituals, replaced by a faith based on a direct contact with God, through the personal interpretation of Scripture. He also envisioned a utopian elimination of titles of nobility, the nationalization of land and mines, the establishment of schools, hospitals, old people's homes, etc. To overcome the differences, the leaders of the revolt were invited to the regional Diet of Innsbruck by Crown Prince Ferdinand of Habsburg. Gaismair also went there, but in August he was jailed for treason. After 2 months, he managed to escape, traveling to Graubünden, Switzerland. Gaismair established contact with the Swiss reformer Ulrich Zwingli, with the plan of a new democratic order in Tyrol and Salzburg by the example of Grisons and Venice. Among other things, by the disappointing experience of the parliamentary debates, Gaismair evolved from reformer to revolutionary social rebel. In his draft of a new order of Tyrol in May 1526, Gaismair designed an egalitarian, democratic, Christian state. Gaismair again gained followers, and in the spring of 1526 assisted the revolt of the peasants in Salzburg. Despite the victories on the field, Gaismair and his army were forced to retreat through the territory of the Republic of Venice, then at war with the Habsburgs. The Bauernführer, as Gaismair was called, then turned to the Doge Andrea Gritti to convince him to support a military revolt in Tyrol, but he failed in his intent. He died in 1532 in Padua, in Prato della Vale, murdered at the hands of 2 soldiers who wanted to collect the bounty placed on his head by Ferdinand I. The movement of Gaismair was then done, but not the religious turmoil of Tyrol, which in the same years saw the development of Anabaptist preaching by Jacob Hutter. Historiography. Because of his struggle against church and monarchy, Gaismair was ignored by historians of his time. In the 20th century, his figure got more purchasing reputation, coming in first by the Communists, and by the Nazis, which emphasized his fight against the Earl of Salamanca, a Jewish advisor to Ferdinand. It is only since the second half of the 20th century that scientists try to evaluate the story of Michael Gaismair from a non-ideologic viewpoint, especially promoted by the Michael Gaismair Gesellschaft, founded in 1976. Plays inspired by the figure of Michael Gaismair. In 1899, Franz Kranutter, a Tyrolean author of patriotic dramas, wrote a play dedicated to the figure of the rebel, named Michel Gaismair. In the summer of 2001, at the theatre festival Tiroler Volksschauspieler, a drama dedicated to the rise and fall of Gaismair by the Austrian author Felix was staged.